Hello, everyone, and thank you for visiting The Blank Space, a podcast where we talk about theatre. Now, today, we are very lucky to have Matthew Scott Montgomery with us. He hails from North Carolina and is a celebrated stage and screen actor whose breakthrough came with his performance as Kendall Parker in Del Shaw's Yellow, for which he earned multiple prestigious recognitions. Best Featured Performance in a Play from the Los Angeles Drama Critics Circle, Best Featured Actor in a Play from the Backstage Garland Awards, Comedic Dramatic Performance of the Year from Stage Scene LA, and an Ovation Award nomination. Now, transitioning from stage to screen, Montgomery landed recurring roles on Disney Channel hits like So Random, Shake It Up, and Austin and Ally. And he also appeared in Jane the Virgin, White Famous, and the play and film Southern Baptist Sissies with Del Shaw. Thank you for coming.
Toks, this is news to absolutely no one, but and you must get this all the time, but I just love your voice so much. You're beautiful on the inside, but you're also very physically beautiful, but your voice is very beautiful. And like, if I could just close my eyes and you could narrate my life, that would be really fantastic.
Okay, let's negotiate. I'm open to negotiations. Right?
Honey, a gig's a gig. Yes.
Oh,
I just love your voice.
You.
I just love you.
Oh gosh, can you tell my kid that?
Yes, I can. Put me on
he's
the phone
5
with
and he's
that.
already like, "Mommy, too loud." I'm like,
oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Really? He doesn't know what he's got. He's blessed to be home with that voice.
Because I'm going to get you guys together. You can have a little meeting with him. So
Okay,
I need to know, what is it about this acting life that makes it so necessary for you to partake?
Just a simple little question to get things started, huh? I teach in an acting class, and I was talking about this last night in class. I just love it so much. Like, I'm inherently kind of like a natural cheerleader and like an enthusiast. And last night in class, I was like, what is it? What is this thing? And what does it say about us that our favorite thing in the world is it's not as simple as pretending to be other people, but trying to recreate life. And it is so incredibly satisfying. And you get it with film and television, but with theater specifically, there is this little, in fact, probably big itch that gets scratched when you recreate life. And, it is such I could go on, and I probably will, and I am already, but like, it's such a gift to be an actor. And I know you know this because we get to have so many moms and dads and partners and girlfriends and boyfriends and bosses and teachers and cousins. And, we get to live so many lives. And I am addicted to living. I'm really interested in like being alive and fully experiencing things. And when you're an actor, you get to live in it. You get to live in being alive. You get paid to pretend to be alive, and then you get to live so many lives. And I mean, let's call up my therapist. Let's figure this out. But like, there is something about it that it is extremely satisfying. People a lot of times, and you probably get this question as well. It's like, how do I make it as an actor? Or how do I get started in acting? It's usually a lot of younger people who are familiar with my work from Disney Channel and things like that. And sometimes I think the question they're asking is like, they're interested in fame or being famous or something like that. But my answer is remember people's names and do theater. That's like my two things of advice to if you want to be an actor, because the amount of rehearsal you get with theater, the chance to do it over and over again that you don't get to do in front of a camera. When you shoot that scene and then you do 2 takes and it's done, and then 3 weeks later you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, that's what that scene is
that's
about.
why I don't watch myself anymore. Because I'll watch a scene and be like,
okay,
I see what I should have done.
Yeah. The gift to a theater is you kind of get immediate feedback, right? So it's like, and you kind of learn the story when you have like a natural built-in soundtrack of like gasps or applause or laughs, and you're like, oh, wait, that is funny. Or, oh, this is devastating. This is sad. Oh, you recognize the feelings as you're feeling it, and then you get to put names to those feelings, get more specific, and get a chance
that's
to
a
do it
gift in
again.
its way. Like,
It's
what you just said.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you do discover something new because of a reaction, and you're like, oh God, didn't realize that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
I love sitcoms.
Yeah.
I love, because it's like best of both worlds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best? You're right. You were right.
Yeah.
That is kind of number one, isn't it? It is. It's Hannah
Yeah.
Montana. It's the best of
Right.
both
I
worlds
heard
for
a
sure.
rumor that,
Yes, that's right.
I mean, it's not happening. I'm just spreading gossip now. But I heard a rumor that
Let's do it.
Miley was going to do a Hannah Montana tour. It's not true. It's just a rumor that people have started, but now it's exactly now
But I
it's
want
like
it to be
taken
true.
on this thing where people are like,
Maybe
but
if
if we
we
really want it bad enough.
maybe if we keep saying it. You heard it here first. The Hannah Montana tour is happening summer 2026.
That's right.
Wouldn't that be gag? Like that would be so
I
gaggy. Oh
think
my
that would be
gosh.
brilliant,
Like I
actually. I
hope
think it would be brilliant to
yeah.
watch. She's so talented to watch her do that, like the
Yeah. I mean,
layers,
come
the
on.
inception of it all.
Yeah. It would be such a like series finale of pop culture
Yes.
in a way that like enough time has gone by, we're all kind of grown up our way through it. It would just I think it would it would heal us all. Just saying, no pressure, Miley,
Oh
but if you
my
want to heal
God.
the
Well, in that
world,
case, it's got to happen because I need some help.
wouldn't it? I know. I know. That's why I keep honey. Like this year I have leaned into art more
Mhm.
than ever before because I don't know if you feel this way, but like I'm nervous off stage. I'm nervous off camera. Like the safest place you can be in the world is on stage.
Yes.
You have a roadmap, you know exactly what's going to be said, you know what you're going to say, you know where you're going to hit your mark, you know what you're going to
Oh my
wear,
God. I never
like
really thought about
and
that
you're
before.
and you're yes, and you're being perceived. And so there's evidence that you're actually here. You're alive and you're doing this. People are watching you and you know exactly what's going to happen. I
Okay.
can't
You
think
just
of a safer
explained to me
place in the
why I do
world.
this. Seriously, I'm not even just like, I
Yeah?
literally, so
Say more.
I have every anxiety in the world. I've got CPTSD, PTSD. I've
Sure.
got social anxiety. Yeah,
You name them, the
exactly.
greatest
And
hits.
I think a lot of us do
Yeah.
as actors. A lot of us are introverts, and people are
Mhm.
very shocked to find that out. And
Absolutely.
I think
No, we can be shy.
that's it for me. I think it's that I
Yeah.
don't. There's no. I feel safe. I feel safe. Oh
Absolutely.
my God.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and you feel safe enough to like try things and play around and splash around. That's being fully alive
Yes,
with
and
the
even though
safety
you
net
are
underneath
quote
you.
unquote pretending to be someone else, you are still being free to express yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, we have just
Yeah.
unlocked an age-old question.
We have figured it out. Coincidence after we talked about the Hannah Montana tour and then that piece of information
I
came
mean, you
up.
did
Just saying.
say heal the
Um,
world. I mean, come on. So I'm going to take the peace flag
you
off
know what?
the
You
front of
you
my
started
house.
it. You started with
I
sick.
started it.
Yeah. You did sitcom best of both worlds. It
No,
all
well,
goes back to
see,
Tux,
I mean,
everybody.
listen, if
Yes.
only people would pay attention. I'm going to put a Miley flag on the front of my house now.
Nice. I support it. I really, really do. I love the social contract that we sign as theater people because it's even more so than film, maybe with sitcom as well, but more so with theater because I think it's more vulnerable because you can't yell cut. You're so in it. You really have to trust your scene partner, and part of that is we skip getting to know each other and we go straight to vulnerability. And the understanding is that for the most part, it's an ego-free environment where we're all working together to tell the best story. You know what I mean? The film stuff can be so much about perfecting a moment to make sure
Hmm.
everything looks perfect and then piecing together those perfect moments that look great. And theater,
No,
it's like we don't have time for that. Like we get ugly right away, and like there's an agreement where it's like we have to do this thing and we have to trust each other immediately. So being vulnerable is like our job down, and I
it's so
love that social
true.
contract.
Especially if you think of
It's really
like, you
exciting
can
to me.
do theater in a black box. You don't need anything but a space. And
Mm,
with that doesn't work with
yeah,
film and television. Like you need all the extra stuff.
that's
Otherwise
right.
people start asking questions. But it's so true. And
Yeah,
I think also when it comes to theater people as well, I have to tell you, every TV cast I've worked with that has been absolutely lovely to work with has been made up at least primarily of theater people. Because, like you said, there is
love it.
an inherent trust and an inherent collaboration,
Hmm.
an appreciation that everyone is
Hmm.
there to work on this one same thing and make it as beautiful as they can. Um, and I don't mean
Absolutely.
beautiful as in like everything is good and gorgeous. I just mean like make it a beautiful work of art. It might be ugly and messy and whatever,
Yes,
but
that's right.
like make that one thing
Yeah.
exactly what it needs to be at that time in that space with those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love it
I
too.
love
Okay,
it.
so
I love it.
when did you know? When did you know?
When did I know? My body knew before my brain knew it, because I just remembered a few years ago that I used to do this as a kid. But what I used to do, I did grow up mostly in North Carolina. I also lived in Texas and New Jersey and New York for a little bit, but it was mostly in the South, and a lot of the environment of the South is sports and athletics and things like that. That's a really big priority there, and that's not something I've ever identified with. And so I didn't even know to how to ask to be like, "Hey parents, I want to be in an acting class." Like that didn't even occur to me as an option, because
Mm.
I didn't see that anywhere. So I didn't know that that was a thing that could happen. But what I used to do was I would secretly tape on a VCR. I would secretly tape Will and Grace when I was a kid. And I would, on Thursday nights, wasn't allowed to watch it, but I would secretly tape it. And then after everyone went to sleep, I put the tape in and I would watch it with the volume down. And I had this legal pad and I would write down the dialogue from Will and Grace, and I hid it in my underwear drawer in my bedroom. And then I would go and I would do the scenes in the mirror with myself as a kid. And I would try to do what Sean Hayes did, or I would try to do what Megan Mullally did, like, and imitate. And there was this one episode, there was a season finale where Will and Grace were like going to have a baby, but Grace decided she didn't want to have the baby anymore. And they get in this argument, and it gets very, very serious. That they like, there's like tears and there's yelling, and it was my favorite episode. And I would go in the mirror and I would try to like get the tear to fall down my eye the same time it did with Deborah Messing. And I would like do that in the mirror like every single night. And I didn't tell anyone until like 5 years ago. Because I didn't think about it. I would, as a kid, I would just be, my body needed to express itself. And I was learning
Oh
from
my
Will and
God.
Grace. So like, I feel like I was born an actor. I've always needed to express. I've always been an artist. I've always wanted to. And for whatever reason, like even subconsciously, like Will and Grace is what taught me how to act and to express myself, because I would do little acting classes in the mirror with myself when I was a kid growing up. So it's hard to pinpoint an exact moment, knowing that like I was
Hmm.
doing that as a kid. So I would feel like I'm not honoring my true self if I didn't bring that up or say that's when it kind
It
of
makes
started.
so
Does that
much
make
sense.
sense?
I mean, okay, I have so many questions. First of all, what was
Yes.
it about Will and Grace specifically?
Hmm. Obviously, I think there was a queerness element to it, that show was queer, but I didn't have the language for what that was as a kid. I think you like family knows family, so
Mhm.
it's like you recognize whatever that is, even on not even on a conscious level. So I think there was a huge aspect of it that was that. But then also I think there's something of value about the fact that I was really drawn towards this dramatic moment in this kind of comedic show. And that's kind of like, still to this day, the kind of work that I'm really interested in is, I mean, the ultimate dream is to be the comedic relief on like a dramatic episodic show. Like that seems like, or a
Mhm.
sitcom would be so great. But like, I love this subverting expectations where an audience is not, almost tricked in a way to like lulled into a false sense of security with humor, and you love these people and then you're devastated. And there's something about the mixture of the laughs and the tears being really close to being one at the same, that is particularly satisfying to me, and to be able to achieve those in the same scene. And with some of the writing I do or the work that I try to do, I always try to find some kind of moment of like real weight underneath what I'm doing, or there's some kind of like there's real feelings underneath, like, for lack of a better word, like the clowning of the comedy of all of it. So I don't know exactly what that is, but the dichotomy between capturing drama and comedy at the same time is and has always been particularly attractive
Now,
to
okay,
me.
next question. Why were you not allowed to watch?
That's a really good question. That's probably not completely fair to say, because I don't actually remember specifically my parents banning me from watching it. I just grew up in a very
Mhm.
conservative environment. And for whatever reason, I felt the need to keep that a secret. That was not something I felt was a safe thing
Mhm.
to be open about. And yeah, I
Mhm.
think that answers that
And
question.
lastly, how in God's name did you record that on a VCR without anyone noticing?
There was the upstairs VCR. We had there's two stories, and my parents would mostly watch TV downstairs. And then my brother and I had a TV in like a rec room that was near our
Uh-huh.
bedrooms. And so a lot of times television wasn't watched upstairs by the
Okay.
parents. Yes. And that VCR I literally have in my bedroom right now. I've had that VCR my
Amazing.
whole life. I have a wall of VHS tapes in my bedroom like a
Oh,
Blockbuster right now. And I love
well,
collecting old VHS tapes.
I've
Emotionally
got about
stunted.
40
Yeah.
for you if you want them. I have, oh, I
You
might have given them
do?
to Goodwill, but I definitely have some somewhere.
It is one of my favorite things to just like it's rare and it's harder to find. A lot of like places that have VHS tapes are closing or have closed by now. A lot of them during the pandemic. There's one in Burbank, but like I love shopping for an old VHS tape for like a quarter, and like it's just some old
You are
horror
going to
movie I've never
regret that you
heard
said that
of.
to
And
me. You're going to regret it. I'm going to,
really,
every time I see one, I'm going to
I
be
don't
like,
think
oh, I
so.
guess I'm.
I'm letting the
I'm
devil
not
in.
going to
I'm
have boxes
accepting
of
it.
them
Like
for you. I'm just going to
let's.
be like,
I'm
hey,
not
I
being
know I
careful
only
what I
see
wish
you once
for.
a
Yeah.
year when we're like both doing YPF, but I have a whole box full of it.
That's true. Start collecting an MSM box for VHS, please.
Okay.
I will
All
take them. I
right.
will take them. Yeah.
You asked for it.
You heard it
Hmm.
here. It is captured on
That's
audio and
right.
camera.
That's
I'm
right. And now
accepting
that
my
we've talked
fate.
about YPF,
Yes.
how many have you done?
How many YPFs have I done? God, I love
Oh,
me some Young Playwrights Festival. I have acted five
amazing.
times, maybe. And for 10 years, I think I started in 2013, believe it or not. I did a little Coachella drama that Michael Matthews directed. I want to say five sounds correct, but I've been so lucky to be on the selection committee. I had to take this year off because I was so busy. But no, it is a big time commitment, and you want to honor all these plays that are so incredible. But I've been on the committee, I think like
Okay, you have to
six or
tell me what
seven
that's like.
times.
I've never been. I
Oh,
mean,
you
I
don't
know
know what
like
it's like.
I used to sort
Okay.
of do like I used to read plays for EST in New York and
Okay.
like,
Work, love
be like,
EST.
well, maybe you guys should read this one, not this one. And I don't know why they would
Yeah.
leave that up to an
Yeah.
intern, but that's about as
Sure.
close as I got to it.
Hmm. Yes. Well, you get an email around like February from Bree Pavey saying like, warning, um, selection committee time is coming. Are you prepared to read tons and tons of plays? And you say yes. And then there's two rounds. You get sent. I want to say it's like maybe like 40 to 50 plays. This might be wrong. It might be way more than that actually. You get sent a lot of plays to read in like a smaller group. Like you're partnered up with like two other members of the theater community, and you're assigned a certain group of plays, and then everyone reads five plays. And so like at the committee, I think is I want to say like 25 people, something like that, 25 people. And you're reading plays from all over North America. And it's from by 9 to 19-year-olds. So you have some plays that really feel like they are ready to produce college level kind of shows. And then you get really exciting ones that are 6 pages from a 9-year-old who's just like navigating their way through playwriting. And so the variety of reading so many different types of plays really keeps it interesting because every play you read is going to be totally different. Although some years there seems to be like a common theme, like
Uh-huh.
whatever's happening in like culture is kind of you can kind of see it through, I guess it's Gen Z or Gen Alpha who like what is important to them or like what is the story that we're telling this year. For better or for worse, sometimes you get there's kind of like a theme every now and then you narrow those down, and then all 20 to 25 of us get together for a 12-hour Zoom. It used to be 12 hours in person, but now we do Zoom because we have some people from New York and from all of the United States who are reading. And, we joke about battling it out where it's like we fight for the top 12 plays that we want. It's all good natured fighting and we're all very passionate, but like, there's a lot of debate and convincing where we're like, hey, this play is really amazing. This play has something to say, but I know, but we have to pick 12. Like, what are the 12 ones we really want to pick? Well, maybe this one could work here, or this one, maybe this playwright needs more time, or whatever it is. And we really try to champion and to create a nice, like, curate a really great, diverse, celebratory lineup of 12 plays every year. And it can be heartbreaking sometimes when you have to narrow them down, or sometimes it's that 12-hour Zoom meeting is only 10 hours. And then other times it goes late into the night, and we all have to vote. Democracy is alive in YPF, and so like the majority has to
So
decide
no
on these top
electoral
12.
college then.
No, nothing like that. It's an exciting annual thing. I mean, like I look forward to it because the spring is the selection, the summer is bringing the plays to life. And then you know this, like as an actor, sometimes you read them and you're like, I got to be in that play. I have to be in this one. And you'll read it and you're like, oh God, I hope they choose me for this. Or you like throw your hat in the ring. You're like, I'd like to select this play. And if you want to cast me as Brian, that'd be fine. You know, like that kind of thing. But ultimately, you
Because
just want
I'm
the
just
12
saying,
best,
I
whatever we consider.
really related to Brian because I'm very similar to Brian. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Just putting that out there, just putting it out in the ether. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. I'm very seasonal. I'm a friend says I'm into fostering tradition. I like creating traditions and having things to look forward to. I like a summer tradition. I like going to fall thing. I've kind of like set myself up for things to look forward to. And YPF, you know, knowing the blank does that every year is like it's kind of like a tent pole of the year where it's like, oh, springtime, it's happening, and summer, it's coming alive, like
Yeah.
July.
I mean,
I look
it's so
forward to it
good.
every
You know,
year.
it's like you were
Yeah,
saying about, the whole Will and Grace thing. I mean, how I feel like there's so many kids who've gone through YPF who would not have known
hmm,
otherwise that they had that talent, that ability, and that it actually could be parlayed into a
sure.
career.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the emphasis on theater specifically. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes we'll get scripts that, you know, maybe seem like a screenplay or maybe even like a short story or a novel. And you know what I mean? It's really fun to sometimes those are selected and we kind of fine tune it to make it more palatable on stage and like really focusing on theater. I feel like I was talking about this with a couple writers a few weeks ago where it's like theater kind of feels like the last frontier in a way right now in compared to like you know fighting off the robots and like versus AI and like you know all that stuff. People are really craving
Mhm.
live connection. And there's very, very little place for AI in theater. You know, there's
Yeah.
arguably none. You know what I mean? Like as far, at least as far as performance goes, you know, it really gets back to like the primal basics of entertainment and connection
Yes.
and storytelling. It really, really does. And I think people, even the connection to AI is the way that we're attracted to chat gpt or recreations of our favorite songs or like really good scripts. It's because ultimately we are trying to chase
Yeah.
something real. Like we our favorite pop star hasn't sung the song but AI can make it sound like they did. It's like because we want this thing, we want something to create something that exists that is impactful and is special, and that's art. And that's what theater is, the
Yeah.
purest form of all of that. And so I love, especially for younger generations, to like encourage and teach, saying like, look at theater, like write a play, do a play, perform live in front of your friends, get up on stage, splash around. It's just
It's just,
playing, you
see,
know what I
it's
mean,
so
live.
funny you say that. I was just two of those things. I was just talking to my dad the other day. My dad is big into philosophy, and
Mm,
we were talking about how important it
okay,
is for human beings to play, no matter how
yeah,
old they are. Like people think, oh, playing is for
sure.
kids. No, 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 no.
No, we just like stop at some point. Like, why do we decide that at 10 years
It's
old we
so
can't
I know
play
that Brene
anymore?
Brown
You
can be
know?
very problematic, but I she does say that play is one of the ways that you can not only heal your inner child, but also really connect to yourself and connect to others because
Yeah,
there's something
yeah.
free about playing. And
Oh
that thing
yeah,
you said before as well about like trusting people, you trust people more when you play with them. I mean, how many times you see kids on the playground, they meet each other and immediately they're off playing with each other.
yeah,
They've not
yeah,
known each other before that
yeah.
moment, and it's so important to express yourself. I have
Absolutely.
a girlfriend who I walk with, because I'm an old lady, who I walk with,
I
and
love a walk.
she was saying that she makes sure that she sees something live at least once a month, if not more, but at least
Oh,
once a month, because
mm-mm.
it reminds her of who she really is, what
Mm-hmm.
she really feels about the world, that there are things out there that are beautiful. Like she said, it just like kind of awakens all of the things that she forgets in, like,
Yeah.
however many weeks it's been since she's seen something live.
Yeah.
And it's true. And we are, listen, I'm an introvert. I love being by myself. However, we are pack animals. We do
Yeah.
actually need to be together for at least a
Yeah.
little while.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why we need to see theatre.
Yeah.
We need to support theatre. It's so sad to me that there are schools, it's like you were talking about in your youth, sports was focused on, but not the arts.
Mhm.
And that's more and more and more. And it's very upsetting.
Yeah. And also, it's called a play.
A play. Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. The one thing I love about the blank, and I work with another theater company as well called IAMA, IAMA. Love the work that they do. Is what's important to both here and IAMA is like less barrier to entry to attend things, right? So the price point is always pretty low for theater, or it is pay what you want, pay what you can, or it is free, and you can choose to donate if you would like. I think that's, I mean, like it's tricky to when money comes into the conversation, but like that's one thing I like a theater when you get that opportunity to see live free performances or stuff that accounts for giving opportunities for people to see it where they're not spending, you know, $100 or whatever it is
Oh,
to be
a
able. Do I
hundred.
think some performance are worth that? Yeah, I do. But like ultimately, I love that like there's less barrier to entry with that.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it should be accessible to everyone. I mean, at the very
Yeah.
least, they should
Yes.
have, a lot of these bigger shows should have like student only performances, or,
Yeah. Absolutely.
college kids get in for, $20 or whatever. Because $100 is,
Yeah.
that's actually cheap these days
Honey in this
oh
yeah.
my
Oh
God,
yeah.
like
That's true.
$500. Last time I was in New York, there was a play I wanted to see. The tickets were 500. How?
How?
$500? That's a
How?
lot of money.
It is, yeah.
So, I mean, I know that people need to
Yeah.
get paid, but I mean, in England,
Yeah.
you can go and see really good, fantastic theater with famous people in it for like £10. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
that it should be accessible. And it's possible in England because it's supported by the government. Can you imagine? Uh,
I can't.
yeah, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that, like music and, visual arts, it's important for children to have access to these things and
Yeah.
incorporate them into their lives. And it is equally as important for adults to have these things. And
Mhm.
it reminds us of so many things, or inspires us, when it
Yeah.
comes to new things.
Absolutely. Do you get to go to the UK often?
No, I'm not from the UK. I'm from Nigeria, but I went to school in England.
Okay. You went to school in England. Okay.
Yes,
Great, great, great.
and I do miss it. I've not been in. It's been a long time. It's been over a decade.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
been over a decade. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
supposed to take my kiddo this summer, because I do have cousins that live there, and we were going to go stay with them. And well,
Didn't
Hollywood
work
is
out.
dead. So I was like, I
Oh yeah. Oh
can't
yeah.
can't be spending money right now.
That's true.
So that was a little bit sad. Yeah, I mean, Hollywood is dead. It is
Yeah.
dead. I guess things are waking up a
Yeah.
little bit right now, but it's a little scary out there.
Yeah, I've heard that before that it's waking up. Um yeah, that's what I mean like most of my opportunities that I've had this year, maybe all of them, I guess, come back to theater in some kind of way. That's not true, but most of them have been theater or like theater related or theater adjacent.
Hmm.
At least I would say at least this year the most satisfying experiences I've had have been theater.
Oh, that's so
Like
nice.
yeah, and so like I've been able to trick my way into curating some joy this year through being on or around stage.
That's amazing. I love that. Okay, I want to ask you something, and if you don't want to go into it, we don't
Okay.
have to. Okay, because
All right.
I'm very interested. I can pass. I'm bisexual, but the LGBTQ community is very important to me. And so I want
Ab-
to.
Absolutely. In fact, I mean, like, I've worked very hard to, I think I just said the word curate, but I'm going to say it again, like, kind of curate a life of love and be surrounded with people who are, I wouldn't say like me, but not even, I mean, the queer community, there's such a big umbrella term for queer. And I like that. I actually like that term. I'm a big fan of it because it kind of encompasses you and me, and who have a lot of different life experiences and exists on a spectrum. And I
Hmm.
think that spectrum is, I kind of in almost with social contract with being a theater person, there's like a familial trust that's kind of there where it's like, oh, that's all of my family, and we have to take care of each other, and we want to take care of each other, and we're going to take care of each other. And I'm really interested in spending my time with that community
Hmm.
and support for us supporting each other, telling each other's stories, going to each other's shows, championing each other's art. And like that's the kind of life that I'm able to have here in West Hollywood and through places like the Blank or IAMA, who are so supportive of, you know, the our communities. And they're the love of my life. They're very important to me. And so like, you know, I had a great childhood. It was, there was a lot of complications with it, and I do feel like my life began when I came to Los Angeles, specifically West Hollywood. I feel very safe and seen here, but I also feel very safe and seen by the theater community in general. Film and TV community too. I mean, I grew up a little bit on Disney Channel and I'm working on television, but I found that when the last show that I was on got canceled, I immediately wanted to do a play. And I was like, okay, back to doing a play. I got to do a show. And I've written a few plays, and it kind of came from the necessity of like, oh, I'm not getting cast in a play, then I'm going to make one. Then I'm going to
Hmm.
write one. And I want to show all my friends who are film and TV people, theater's cool, and you can't yell cut, and you got to go all the way through, and it's exciting, and come see a play, and here, I'll write us one, I'll do one. And like that's kind of like my life kind of began after that, you know, if that makes sense.
Yes, it absolutely does. Theater is more of a community. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm Nigerian, and it's very big in our culture that no matter what, you stick with your family, you support your family. If you are genetically linked in any way, you've got to like just always, be there for each other no matter what. And I don't believe in that. I don't
Mm,
know where that
mm,
disconnect came from for me, but I don't believe that just because you are related to somebody, biologically, that you
mm-hmm.
need to be in each other's lives, or
Yeah.
you need to let things go, or you need to forgive and forget. I don't believe that. I believe in
Yeah.
chosen family,
Absolutely.
100%. I was
Absolutely.
always a weird kid. I was always picked on, and it's the people who I've chosen in my life that like make me not only feel good and safe, but like you said, feel seen,
Yes.
and who I really feel I can 100% be me around.
Yep. And that's what they want. They want you to be you.
Yes.
They want the real you. When did you come to the United States?
Oh, ages ago. I
Okay.
came in 93 for
Okay.
university. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said,
Okay.
I'm ancient.
Got it. Unclockable. You look fucking amazing.
Thank you. I will be 50 in 2 weeks.
Woo! Woo! Oh
That's
my gosh, you better
right.
work. Okay. Okay, so you came in so in the 90s, and you have been here ever since.
Yeah, I never left. Yeah, not for
Okay.
long anyway. Yeah.
Got it.
They
Have you been in How long have you been in Los Angeles? Were you here the whole time?
No, I first was in Massachusetts for school, then I
Okay.
was in New York for around 13 years, and then I
Hmm.
moved here in 2010.
What is your relationship like with New York now?
Oh, I don't get to go as often as I like. I had a condo there until 2 years ago, and we
Okay.
sold it just because we were never ever there, and it didn't make any sense. And
Yeah.
we rented it out for a little bit, but being a landlord isn't, we didn't want to be landlords. That's too
Hmm.
complicated from across
Yeah.
the country. So we
Sure.
had to let it go, which is a shame because it was a
Oh.
lovely place and a lovely
Yeah.
location. But I do go back couple times a year, and I
Okay.
love New York. I really do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will always be a New Yorker at heart. However, I am also a total hippie. So Los Angeles is also really good for me.
Yeah. Tell me about your relationship to LA.
When I first got here, I was like, no, thank you. But
Okay.
and I never wanted to come here. I was like, no, I don't like LA. I don't like people in LA. They
Ah.
are not
Ooh.
authentic. I like people in New York.
Ah.
I don't care what anyone says about people in New York. They are authentic.
That's the yep.
And I think I still believe that. However, there are a lot of very good people in Los Angeles, and you just have
Absolutely.
to find them. And when you
Yes, that's right.
do, this place can be truly magical. It
That's
really
right.
can. Yeah.
I concur. I
Yeah.
feel like you have to look for it. LA can be
Yes.
New York, you're never alone. You know, it's like New York, there's like even if you're alone in your apartment or whatever, there's 100 people on top of you and below you. So it's
Mhm.
like there's never LA can be if you allow it, it can be very lonely in a way where because
Yes.
it's very spread out, right? And so I found a lot of community in the theater community in LA, and I think the greatest people in the world are here actually.
Yeah.
And but you do have to make the choice to get out and find them. And then when you find them, you hold on tight and don't let go.
Yes. And I think
And
there are
is it
so many people who've been burned that
yes,
people don't trust very quickly. So you kind of have to
absolutely.
dig in
Yeah.
there and prove yourself.
Yeah. When I first moved here, a friend of mine, I immediately was in an acting class, and she was like, take you 3 years. She was like, LA takes 3 years because you have to. And she was like, my advice for you is to take a day and drive over the entire city for a day, drive for 12 hours, drive everywhere on your own. And once you do that once, you'll know where everything is. And she was right. And then she was like, it takes a while for you to like network, build connections, find your community out here and who your friends are. And she was like, a lot of people sometimes only give LA 2 years, then they'd say this place sucks or it's not working for me, I'm leaving. She goes, give it at least three. And I also found that to be true. I remember at year three, I was like in my dressing room, and I was looking around. I was like, oh, I've been in LA for 3 years. Yes. Okay, it
Wow.
all lined up, and I had a wonderful network, support system, and network of people, and but it took time. It took
Yeah.
time, and you had to really make a choice to go out and to kind of turn LA and what you need it to be. And LA can do that. It's very malleable, kind of in that way.
It is. When did
Um,
you move here?
not too much before when you actually moved here.
Okay.
I mean, the play that wonderful introduction that for the play that I did, which was my first kind of like big break here in LA, was in 2010, was in 2010, and I just submitted myself on Actors Access for this play and ended up running it for an entire year. And it was a wonderful show. It was called Yellow by Del Shores. It was a brilliant play. That's my one where if you go in a Sam French or a bookstore, my name is in it. That led to uh, actually led to the Disney Channel opportunities that I had in a roundabout kind of way. But I feel like I was finally like established. I felt like as a Los Angelino like around 2011, 2012. My first year of like actual working was 2010, like out here.
Amazing.
And I was lucky to I had a lot to prove to myself, I think, and in general. And so I didn't do, and I've never really done this where it's like, I feel like some people, it's like when you're in your late teens, early 20s, you like move to a new city and you like party all night and drink, drugs. Like I just kind of skipped that.
Mhm.
And that wasn't attractive to me very much. I was like, I want to work. I got to work. I have to, if this acting thing is going to happen, if this is actually an option, I got to give it everything I've got. So I feel like I kept my head down and worked very hard on that. And theater is what, so glad I submitted myself in Actors Access that one day.
I mean, I think
And
that kind of these days, I feel like the early 2000s was kind of the end of like everybody in the industry and music industry being messy. Like people really started to take care of themselves and
yeah,
focus and understand that
yeah,
you have to work hard. And honestly, these days, producers don't want to work with people who are messy and doing
sure.
all that nonsense. I did the same thing in New York as well. Everyone was going to clubs and doing this,
Yeah,
that, the other. And I was just like going to work and going home. And I bought a
yeah,
condo in my 20s. And
yeah,
same when I came to LA, I would go to work and then I'd go home to my dog, and I
yeah.
did the same thing. I submitted myself, and people think, oh, what's that going to get me? Well, like you said, one thing led to the other. And also, I I did this. I don't know if you remember, there was a time where everybody was doing a Doritos ad. Remember the Doritos Super Bowl ads?
Yes.
Everybody was doing one. And I did one with this guy who then ended up doing a series of commercials for the ergonomic desks. And I
Yeah.
did one that was just completely improv, and I think I got paid like $200, and I think it was one of the first times I'd gotten paid in LA, and I was like, oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
was working in a
200 bucks.
I
Wow.
was
Yeah.
working in a restaurant. I was like, that works for me, thank you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
within the year, I got picked up by a manager, and she was pitching me for a comedy, and they would not see me because everything on my resume up until then had been 60 minutes dramas. So they were like, she
Ah,
can't do comedy. She's only done drama. So I sent her this clip of me doing this improv commercial, and she sent it to them, and she was like, she can do comedy. And
Yeah.
that was my first series regular role.
Wow.
So you might think it's something itty bitty, but later on,
Yeah.
that director might end up being somebody, or you never know. You never know.
Yeah. What is your favorite kind of work to do? Do you like, are you a comedy girly? Do you love the drama? Like, I know this is a vague, big question.
I love all of it, which I know is a
Yeah.
cop out. I love all of it. The thing that I want is a character I really relate to that challenges me a little bit, but I could feel like I really sit in,
Yeah.
and good writing and a really good collaborative, caring, respectful group of people. That's
Yeah,
what's
that sounds
most important
nice.
to me, you know? Because there's
Yeah.
nothing worse, and this has happened to all of us, than loving the show that you're on and not wanting to go because like half the people there are dicks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know?
It's true.
Because even if the work isn't great, and I have been very lucky, I don't think I've ever been on something that wasn't at least like good. Even if
Yeah.
it's not great, if the people around you are having fun and you all are enjoying being at work and getting to do this thing that we are so lucky to get to do,
Absolutely.
I mean, what a
Yeah.
blessing.
Yeah. Did you do any kind of comedy training specifically?
Not really. I did way after the fact. I did UCB, but
Okay.
I did I did level 1, and then what happened? Oh, I booked the show. And I was like, "I don't need you."
Well,
And then I
kind of
did
not. Yeah, you're right.
then like 10 years later, I was like, I should get, to so I did level 1 again, and then I
Oh,
got
okay.
pregnant, and I had the worst
Oh,
morning sickness, and I was like, "I don't think UCB
no.
is for me. I'm just
No,
gonna."
you gave it two really good shots, and the universe had a different idea both times.
I did, yeah. Sorry, and, I wanted to
Yeah.
get there, but it just never happened.
Mhm. Got it.
No, I think my real training is my mum. She's very funny. She's a very quirky Norwegian lady.
Oh my gosh,
So
okay.
so a lot of the dark humor with me.
She sounds fun.
She is. She's a lot of fun. Do you get home to Does your family live in North Carolina now?
They live in Palm Springs now.
Oh,
My
you lucky,
I
lucky
know,
one.
I know. I'm a
And
spoiled. I just got back from there a couple days ago, and the trip was not nearly long enough. I love it out there. I really do. So they retired and moved from North Carolina to Palm Springs.
where does your
Yeah,
brother live?
he lives in LA. He lives here.
Get out! So your whole
Yeah,
family's around you?
isn't that wild? Like,
That
it's
is
there are
wonderful.
times when I think like, because like I'll go to my parents' house and it was like the house is so beautiful and there's a pool and it's in Palm Springs. Like, are you kidding? And so like I'll be there. If you would just show me like little MSM, like I don't know, like 15 years ago or whatever it was, be like, hey, do you want to see a sneak peek of 2025? And I'd be like, sure. And it's a picture of like me and my family, like in a by a pool near a golf course in Palm Springs. I'd be like, huh? What is this? Like, that's not happening,
This
but
makes no
that's
sense.
makes no sense. Like, it's not lost on me like how fantastically unusual it is for them living so close and living in such a beautiful place.
That
Yeah, I
is
was just there
so
for Labor Day.
fantastic.
I know.
That's the one thing that people usually say is missing for them in LA is having family.
Ah,
Usually people have to travel
mm,
for family. My mum lives here
yeah,
now, so that's
got it. Okay, that's good.
usually nice.
Because there's like for a long time it was kind of like if it's the holidays, there's this understanding where it's like the holidays are gonna be fun, but there's gonna be the worst day of your life when you're traveling
Yeah,
with everyone else across somewhere to on some early flight, trick a friend to driving you to the airport at 4 a.m.
yeah.
You're in a plane all day, it's miserable, then you finally get to where you're going, and then there's a Christmas tree there and now you get to have fun. So I really feel like I'm getting away with some kind of crime by like I just get to drive 2 hours and I don't have to be punished at an airport before Christmas happens. You know what I mean? Like it
I
really
do. I do
it's
know what
it's
you mean.
it's wonderful.
That's so cool. Yeah, but once I had my kid, I said to everyone, I was like, okay, I have traveled probably 35 Christmases of my life, and now
Yeah. You get to
you
come
can
here.
all come here. If you want to see me during Christmas, I'll be right here in LA.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
hmm
Good. Yeah, come to LA. Who doesn't want to come to LA?
I mean, it's warm here, everybody.
I do love it here. I do
It
actually.
is, it's lovely. You're right, you have to carve it out yourself.
Yeah.
In New York, it comes looking for you, and here you have to go looking for it. But you
Yeah.
can absolutely create the most beautiful and wonderful life for yourself in this place.
Absolutely. It does take some work and some time, but absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're an introvert, you can easily hide in LA for a little bit. You can sneak away for a little bit. You can be 48 hours. You don't have to talk to anyone or see anyone if you don't want to.
And I do.
New York, there's not. Yes. And I do. Toks, like, you're the only person I'm talking to besides my child for the next 3 days. Yes. And I support
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
And we love that. My dream, like, Friday night is being on stage and then going the hell home after.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Oh
mean? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
like
I've never
that's
been one of those people who like hangs out after anything. Like,
yeah.
like, no, I gotta go
Yeah.
home. So
No, I'm gonna get Taco Bell and go home.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
There's gotta be tacos involved. Yeah.
yeah. That's the ultimate Friday night, is doing an 80-minute play with no intermission and then getting Taco Bell and then going home.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
night.
we have such good lives.
That's a good night.
If it works, it's not always like that, of course. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always like that. But when the stars align for that perfect Friday night as a theater actor, it's real good. You do the value menu on Taco Bell. You can't afford the too crazy stuff because you're just doing theater, but the joy is there.
It is there. It's true. Oh my God. Speaking of tacos, did you have any tacos at that place right around the corner from where we were doing YPF this year? I forget it.
No. No. Was it the place that was across the street and it's supposed to be really good?
No, it's like literally like on the other side of the theater. Like literally like you walked up to the window.
No, I didn't go.
Okay, go back. The food
Okay.
is really good.
Guac Daddy.
Oh, Guac Daddy, yeah.
God, that's a good name.
I
That's easy to remember too.
highly recommend.
Ooh, that sounds good. Ooh.
Yeah, let's go get some tacos.
Let's get to
Oh my God. This is, it's so funny because I shared a dressing room with you once, and I've
That's
seen
right.
you on stage several times, and we've never actually chatted.
We were ships passing in the night a little bit.
Yeah, this has been very nice. I had a really good time.
Absolutely. No. I want to go get tacos and go see a play.
Let's do it.
That's
Oh,
what I want to do.
and if Hannah Montana is touring, we must needs go.
Baby, we're front row.
Are
Are you
we?
kidding me?
Okay.
At the Forum. It's
Yes.
playing in the Inglewood Forum
There we
on
go.
July 17th, 2026.
Yep. Someone
I
let
think she just
Miley
announced
know,
it.
and we will see
That's an
you
important
there.
part. It's an important part for Miley to be there. Wouldn't that be everything?
Yeah,
Like,
that would be great. That would be a lot of fun. That would be
the thing
really
though,
fun.
with, as we've learned, like, anything can happen at any point. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility. I really don't.
Listen, we'll manifest, and then everyone can thank us. So
Yeah, cut us a little check.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining us, and God, thank you, Matthew. This was I
my gosh, what a
discovered stuff
treat.
about myself during
Aw,
this chat. This is great.
yay. And I got to listen to your voice for like a good solid hour and a half or however long this has been. Oh, what a great afternoon.
Oh, well, bless you for enjoying it. Thank you so much.
I really do. I got to talk to that child of yours.
Yes, we'll get you together. He is a trip. Everyone in my family is a trip. No wonder I'm an actor. Well, everyone out there, do whatever it is that you do that makes you happy, whatever your
Absolutely.
tacos are or your live theater is. Go
Preferably
find
they're
that.
literally that. But
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes. We're not using euphemisms right now. But thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.